Tiffany, Conscious Crafter. This is episode number 2, and if you can tell, my video quality is awesome. At least better than it was before. And you've probably seen from the intro that I'm awesome. That was really exciting. It took me a while to figure out what I was going to do. And I thought, well, I have a little wine glass that my sister-in-law made me last year for Christmas. And I was like, that's awesome. That's perfect. I'll use that. So that's awesome. I finished stuff that I'm excited to show you. I probably won't wear the first one because I'm not a cowl person, but I did wear my Granny Square movie night cocoon all over today. I'm so excited. If you follow my Instagram, I posted a picture of a hat I made with this. I should have worn it Saturday which would be tomorrow, for a World Knit Day. That would have been perfect, but I didn't do it. Maybe I'll wear it. Maybe I will. We'll see. Check my Instagram for that. So let's get into what I want to show you. So, of course, last week I showed you this a little bit. Let's see. Oh, that shows so much better with the new webcam. Yay for technology. I think this, I'm not sure if this is the inside or the outside like I said last week. I'm just not sure. Maybe this is the outside. I'm not sure, but there you go. I love pink. I love gray. And it came together as one, and it works really well. I'm not too fond of, I mean, I like the colors, but I don't know if it works really well for this cowl. But it's cute, and so I'll give it as a gift because I don't wear cowls. So it'll go to a family member at Christmas that I know she wears cowls, so I'm sure she'll enjoy it. And then I'll try to stand up to show the whole cocoon. See if this works. There's the sleeve and the whole thing. Let me see if I can get my tiptoes. Chair a little bit. No, let's see, it's so big. Anyways, sorry if I got too close there. I said last week that I was going to do 5 rows, and I got tired of it. I was done. So done. I was like, I did 3, and I thought that was fine. It works. So that was fun. I'm glad I finished it. Like I said last week, this is the coolest thing I have owned, and I made it. I feel like I want to take a joke, but I feel like I can sit in with the cool girls at the school lunch cafeteria. I feel like this is make me cool. We'll see how cool I actually am. I don't think I'm that cool. Also, I posted a picture on Instagram of the shawl I am making my husband's grandmother. And it's not a shawl. I thought it was a shawl, but it's just one of those small little scarfy kerchiefs things. And that's how uncool I am. I don't know the terminology at all. I'm all thinking this is gonna be a shawl. No. So I'll probably still work on it if it ends up working, and I'll explain that in a minute. I'll probably make it larger just because I don't want to rip it out and try another shawl. I'll just keep doing it. So if you follow my Instagram, I made a boo-boo. And I don't know what I did. I don't know if it's, maybe you can see it a little bit. I'll see if I can get this up close. Let's see if this works. So, I don't know why this isn't working. There we go. Okay. Gotta get the directions right. So if you can see, the shawl starts going, the increases start going all the way up here, and then all of a sudden, it's like, it moves a stitch. I don't know what I did. What I think happened, even though I don't know how it did, I must have moved the stitch that I don't do anything to. So there's, hopefully I'm showing you this right. There's a stitch marker and then an open stitch or a stitch, and then another stitch marker. I'm really having trouble with directions on this. And I don't know if maybe I moved the stitch marker. This stitch marker. Yeah, that stitch marker over, and somehow moved the increase over. I don't know. But this is why I dislike knitting, or I like knitting, but I like crochet better, because when I mess up in crochet, even if it's 5 rows down, I don't get terrible anxiety. I panicked. My heart was pounding because I was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, there's also knitters, I'm sure, that can rip out and, go down and then put their needle back there. Not me. No. It never comes out right. I mean, I've done a lifeline once, and luckily it turned out perfectly. But with the increases and the yarn overs, I don't know how the lifeline would work on that. And it scares me to death. So that's why I like crochet a little bit more, because it's more forgiving. If you go down if you go up a few rows and then you go down and realize, oh crap, I messed up, you can just take your hook out and go back. It's the same thing really, but you don't feel like you're losing all those stitches. I don't know. I'm sure, hopefully other people feel this way. But anyways, so I'll continue with it, and hopefully it doesn't look bad. And now I'm worried that my, the wings, I guess, I don't know what you would call them, the ends, they aren't going to look even. They're going to be kind of maybe slanted. I've tried to check the stitch count to see if it's even, and it'll either turn out even, and then when I start knitting through the row, my count's off. I don't know. There's no help for me. I can't do it. I was doing so good. That's why I was starting to do gifts, because I mean, my take on it was I wasn't going to knit a gift or crochet a gift until I could complete a project without any mistakes, at least any mistakes that were visible or weren't fixable. Yeah. And so I had like 3 or 4 projects where I was like, I had no mistakes, they look great, the measurements were perfect, I'm going to gift knit now. No. So hopefully really experienced knitters and crocheters still have huge mistakes like that and don't want to fix them. That's my problem, is I just don't want to fix it. I don't want to have to take all the needles out and do it, or the needle out and fix all of it. I just don't want to. So we'll see how that goes. What else do I got? Oh, I have the terrible shirt that hasn't done anything. It is what it is. It's this. It's long. I'm done with the first ball. I've attached the second ball. I only have 2 more balls. So I'll have to wait until I order more before I finish the project, which is fine because I'm kind of getting sick of it. And so I'm ready for it to be put away and then go back to it at some later point, hopefully. That scares me. I want to complete it, so hopefully I don't put it away for good. So yeah. So I have decided to do more gift knitting. But these are important because it's my husband and my son's birthday in July. My husband's is Independence Day. And my son's is 6 days later. And he's turning 3. I'm so excited. So at first, I started knitting try and make sure he doesn't hear me, a hat. And again, if you follow my Instagram, you would see that I'm using Sweet Roll. The yarn is so soft. I love it. It is so nice and soft. I got sick of the black though. Oh my gosh. I don't know who I was watching. I think it was Claudia. Claudia from, oh, fudge. Luna, Crochet Luna. Had to think about it. And she was talking about how she hated crocheting with black. I agree with you. Black is awful for crochet. And what sucks really bad about this one is it's got little grays in it too. And it was just complicated. And by the time I got finally to the kind of the salt and pepper part, I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God, it's over. I hope the hat ends before I get to the black, because I don't want to do the black anymore. But yeah, this is fun. It's better late than never beanies. I did 2 for my daughter and my son. And I like crochet hats better than I like knit hats. I like the fact that I can start at the top and work down. So then I don't feel like I'm totally lost if I get to the crown and do the decreases and finish it off, and then someone puts it on their head, they're like, no, it doesn't fit. So crochet hats, I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, so that's really fun. Did I do an extra increase? I don't think I did an extra increase. I was going to, but I decided not to. I think hopefully it'll fit. But I marked my spot, if you can see that, just in case I have to. In case he puts it on and figures out that no, it doesn't work. Anyways, so yeah, there's that. And so for my son's birthday, I just dropped my yarn, but that's okay. Yarn craziness. So this is going to be, you probably can't tell because it's just the head, but it's going to be a T-Rex. I'm so excited. He loves T-Rexes. He loves dinosaurs in general. He'll walk around pretending to be T-Rexes, Spinosauruses, Parasaurolophuses. He calls them Saurocelephus or it's so adorable. So adorable. But yeah. So hopefully he'll love this. I went to go get the fill today to fill him. That thing comes in like a huge, huge bag. There was like a huge bag or a really small bag. So you know what that means? I'm gonna have to make more. This is the Tiny T-Rex pattern. And I can't remember her name. Crystal or Christine? Something or other. But if you go on Ravelry and you look up T-Rex or dinosaur, it'll be the big green dinosaur with the things on its back. It's really, 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 really cute. I'm hoping this turns out like that. I am so amazed that decreases and increases come out like this. This is amazing. Like that's like a math or a science to me. It's like, how can someone think like that and put it into effect? It's just right. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. I am so impressed, which makes me want to keep doing more and more of these because I'm just amazed. The one thing I have to talk about that is quite funny is that it's written in UK terms. And so it was saying DC, 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 DC. And in US terms, that's double crochet. In UK terms, it's single crochet. So here I am, double crocheting, and if you can look at this, it looks, here, let me pop it back out. So it's kind of round and it's big. Mine, it was looking like a boob. Yeah, like it was nipple-ish and it was bad. It was very bad. I kept looking at it and looking at mine and looking at the picture and looking at mine and going, what is wrong with me? And then it was finally, I was like, why is it so tight? Mine's so loose. Then it dawned on me. It says in bold print on the Ravelry page, this is in UK terms. Read your patterns, people. Learn from my silly mistakes. So, and then I got thinking, you know, because I'm a conscious person and I want to be aware and knowledgeable of what's going on in the world. It made me think, there's only US and UK terminology. Now, there has to be other people all over the world crocheting, or what they would assume to be called crochet, and we have no acknowledgement of that. I find that weird. I find that kind of Western-centric. Of course, I tried my best to research it and go in and find out, You know, what do other, peoples call crochet? Do they have a word that's not crochet for whatever they do that is crochet? Google made me mad. So I typed in, the basic question, because Google is awesome like that, right? You can type any question and Google just magically has an answer, right? So I try my best to go really simple and be like, do Africans use crochet terms or something to that extent? Something to find out if other countries that aren't UK or US based, do they have other terminology that we're not aware of? You know what I've got? Which is kind of, people might give me grief for this, but I got charities. Charities for Africans. That's what I got. And part of that, what irritates me, is when I was in school, I took a social media class, and it was social media and social activism. Yeah. And what I learned is, through Google, if you search demographically, like say I'm from the US, if I type in Caribbean, you know what I'm going to get? Caribbean cruises. You know what? If someone in the Caribbean Google searches, they'll get Caribbean news, Caribbean things that are important to them. Why do I get Caribbean cruises? That's so, Anyway, so that's my beef for this week. Maybe that'll be my thing. I don't know. But I try my best to research it. If other people know, if other countries that aren't maybe post-colonized, because I found something that said that UK is for other English colonies and things like that, and Australia and things like that. So what I'm trying to figure out is if other countries feel excluded for having to use UK and US terms, even though they probably have their own terms for it. Again, this is all speculation. I have no idea if it's true. I'm just curious. I'm a wondering mind, trying to be inclusive, trying to break down the limitations of what could possibly be limiting terms like single crochet, double crochet, UK or US terminology. Throwing it out there. If anybody else knows anything about that, please tell me. I was going to say something else about that, and now I forgot. Oh, yeah. So if you look at any mainstream yarn, they're made in Turkey, which isn't surprising because that's how we manufacture most of our goods, is overseas. That's for another conversation. But while doing that, we're expecting the entire world to use our standardized terminology. I don't know. Throwing it out there. If someone wants to catch it and throw it back, be my guest. So that's all I'm working on. What else did I want to say? Oh, Jillian asked me if I wanted to do a Ravelry group. I probably will. I want to kind of keep it in the same mode as this episode, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I want to make it kind of more educational in a way. I want, politics and ethical consumption stuff and veganism, and I want people to bring all this information together and share it with people. And that means different perspectives. And I come from a very progressive perspective, but I would love to have someone come in and say, I'm a conservative. This is my point of view. Let's discuss this. I would love to do that. I would love to do that because I think sometimes even as progressives, we kind of live in this bubble, especially I'm from the Pacific Northwest. So we're a liberal bubble. And I think it's kind of damaging sometimes if we kind of forget that, you know, not everybody is like us. And that is a good thing. So for that podcast, or for the Ravelry group, that's what I kind of want it to be. If everybody is interested in that, please let me know in the comments. I'll do it. I'm fine with that, because I just want this to stay as a educational endeavor. I'm not a big person. I don't have the money or the means to do giveaways and things, so that you probably won't see that a lot on mine. If I can find ways to do cowls, either crochet cowls or knit cowls, and be it inclusive of everybody, I will do that. My only issue with cowls sometimes is that either they're a paid for pattern, or it's a specific yarn that you have to use, or I guess things of that nature. I just want everybody to be able to participate, because that's kind of what knitting and crochet should be. Everybody should be able to do however they want to do it and enjoy the company of other people who do the same thing. So I will probably set that up now that I'm more of an editor. I will be able to do more of the, what's it called? The badge thing for the picture of the group. I looked at that today and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to do that. But now that I'm all set for editing, I'm sure I can figure it out. So what other fun stuff? I think that's it. Oh, so I have a few ideas for videos. And I won't do a lot of yarn hauls, but I do have the few I do will probably be like Goodwill yarn hauls that I find there. They won't be, you know, amazing. I won't have like expensive yarns. I won't have, you know, specific dyers or anything. I don't have the means to do that. But I do get my yarn at Goodwill and stuff, so I'll do those hauls. I am making my own dishwasher soap. So, and it's a really cool recipe. It calls for lemons blended in a blender, a high speed blender, and added with vinegar and all sorts of good stuff. So I'll probably make a how-to video on that, which will be fun because the kids will be in it. Probably my husband will be in it. So that'll be kind of fun. I'll do one of those. And then I've not just discovered. I knew of this a long time ago before I knitted and crocheted. And so now that I knit and crochet, I'm like, oh, I want to do this. So t-shirt yarn. I'm so excited. So like everything else, I want to be less wasteful, right? So I was like, t-shirt yarn will be fun to do. So I have a few pros and cons of that. So I want to discuss that in a video while I create t-shirt yarn. So I'm excited for that video. So I'm excited. I'm happy I'm doing this, and I think it's fun. And I hope I'm not trying to be controversial with the things I say. I'm a controversial person. But I want people to kind of, you know, click on and be like, oh, I see that. I see it that way. Oh, I never thought of it that way. Oh, yeah, that really changes the way I do some things, you know. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm not trying to tell people, no, you can't do that. Bad, bad, bad. That would be rude of me, and I have no right to do that. I understand the systems that create that behavior. So it would be incredibly cruel of me to judge people on that. And it would be incredibly cruel of me to think that I'm better than them for that. No, that's ridiculous. So I don't want to be like that. But I do want to educate people. Now that again I've rambled, I'm terrible at this. I hope people enjoy those ramblings. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of people that are like, ugh, she's so preachy. Sometimes preaching is what you need. Anyways, I think that's it. I'll probably upload a video tomorrow with the kids, just a yarn video to show the thrifty goodness I found and why I enjoy doing that stuff rather than buying brand new. Even though I did go to Joann's and I bought some new yarn. I happened to have a budget and I got to spend my budget, so that made me happy. So, yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.